Hey everyone, it's Andrew. So this is going to be a review video of the ProOne Big Plus Water Gravity Filtration System. We got this about 3 months ago, so I've been meaning to do a video on this kind of comprehensively, but never got around to it, so I just wanted to do it today. Really quickly, a little bit of background on why we ended up getting this is we live in an apartment building, and so weren't unable to attach a filtration system to the faucet or underneath the sink, just due to the convenience and things like that, or the hassle of putting it in that way. So we looked into different filtration systems, and we ended up looking at the Berkey filter and then the ProOne. Initially we were thinking about getting the Berkey, but we found out that they make a bunch of claims and don't have any real certification to back it up. So if you really look into it, Berkey is not NSF certified or ANSI certified. There's really no certifications to back up their claims as far as filtration and what they claim the filtration system is capable of. And I found a really good blog online where somebody who bought the Berkey tried to prove the claims that they made through their local health department as far as water filtration testing and things like that. And they went step by step, day by day, as far as the testing they did, the expenses, all those sorts of things, and the interactions they had. And through that blog alone, it really proved to me that Berkey, both the customer service and the experience that that person was having, wasn't that great, which kind of pushed us from doing Berkey over to the ProOne. So far, we're really happy with the ProOne. This is the Big Plus model. They have separate models, but Big Plus models is this polished stainless steel design. It's a gravity filtration system, so you pour the water on the top and then it filters through the filters into the bottom, and then there's this faucet at the bottom where you can get the water. Previously, essentially, our backstory was we were buying gallon jugs with plastic jugs on a regular basis, and we go through 3 to 5 gallon jugs on a weekly basis, and that added up both from a plastic standpoint but also a cost standpoint. When you add it up, 3 to 5 jugs at $1.50 a piece is anywhere from $7 to $10 a week. And so over the course of a year, that adds up pretty substantially. And when you put the cost of that compared to buying one of these, it's actually cheaper to buy these plus the filters on a regular basis, which makes it financially safer and better for the environment as far as that. But that kind of made us buy this over just continuing with the jugs. And since we got this, we haven't had to use the jugs at all, which is a nice change. And we do in fact use this on a regular basis. As you can tell, so this model is the Big Plus model. Essentially it comes with this lid like this, which is a classic plastic handle with stainless steel design, kind of like a cooking lid. And then I'll show you close up in a second, but it's got this top portion here. This is empty right now, which is why I'm doing this review, where you pour the water directly into this part, and then the filters filter down into the bottom part, which has the water, which is this bottom portion. And this all can lift up. It's pretty heavy when you have it completely full, but it can stand alone like this. They could give you this plastic container or ring where you can put it directly onto your countertop like that, and it won't slide at all, and it stays pretty sturdy. Or there's this 6-inch stainless steel design. We keep it on the stainless steel stand just for convenience, and I put the plastic here so it just doesn't slide or anything. Sorry. But that's kind of what it looks like, and then it has this stainless steel faucet that opens up easily, and it is pretty nice. That's really it as far as looking at the close-up as far as everything. As far as statistics, this is a 3-gallon capability. It has 2 separate filters in it. The filters in general last for 1,000 gallons. When you do the math for us, it doesn't, we don't use that much water throughout a year, but they do recommend replacing the filters on a yearly basis, so we'll likely just replace it on a yearly basis. The entire system as a whole is about $280. So that comes out to probably about $280 for that with the 2 filters included. But the filters cost about $80 on a yearly basis. So you're looking at maintenance after the initial price of $280 of about $160. And then in general, it's rated through the, like NSF standards. As far as NSF, what I mean by that is NSF essentially tests water samples and just compares the sample that you get from the filter to what the company's claiming to do. And so it's not a comprehensive review, like comprehensive as far as a set of standards. What they're essentially doing is comparing it to what the company's claiming the filter can do and proving whether that filter does indeed do that. So ProOne is NSF certified, so they have backed it up from that standpoint. Berkey has not, so they make all these claims, but they have never proven it. So with the NSF standardization or certification, it allows you to be sure that what they're claiming they're doing when they sell the product is in fact doing that, as far as the capability, as far as the filter. The filter in general is rated to remove fluoride, I believe, lead, bacteria, there's like microplastics, dioxin, things like that. They do list it on the website, so if you want to look at that, that's there, and then the report online is there as well. In general, the taste is pretty good. When we first got it, we compared our tap water to the water gallon, like typical water jug filter, water jug, and then this. I personally always drink tap water because I don't really care. But my girlfriend, she wanted this filter, and when we did the first taste test, I really could tell a difference where this felt just essentially like clean, pure water. It was definitely drastically better than the tap water. You could tell that it removed chlorine and like the fluoride that was there, so the taste was definitely better, and it did make a big difference. We'll go through this about every 2 days or so. We'll give it to our dog and things like that, but a 3-gallon jug you can kind of regularly fill up, and all you have to do is bring it over to the sink area and fill it up from the top. What I'm going to do now is just, because this is empty, I'm going to put it over by the sink, and I'm going to set up the camera so that you can see what it looks like in the inside, and then we'll fill it up real quick just so you get an idea of how long it takes to fill up, and then I'll show once it kind of starts filtering through, getting water out from the bottom. But let me just set up the camera. Okay, so this is what it looks like close up. So you've got the spigot here, and then there's this one container on the bottom, and then the top has a lid, all right? What I'm gonna do is just take this apart real quick so you can see it close up, so bear with me. I might have to lift the camera off the stand so you can see the inside. Give me one sec. So, when you look in the inside, so this is the bottom part where the water collects into. So this is just an empty basin. It's stainless steel, and the spigot's at the bottom, so you can get the water out from there. And then on the top part here is the 2 separate filters. These just screw into the bottom, and what you'll do is essentially once they're all set up, you just fill this up, and it acts as a gravity system to filter the water. So give me 1 second, I'm just going to throw this back on. Bear with me. So, as you can tell, now it's kind of set up here, all right? And then we just use the water spigot from the hose and allow it to just go straight into here. This top line here is where you go, so I'll just fill this up now just so you have an idea of how long it takes to fill up. Just because if you have to do this on a regular basis, it's a good idea just to know kind of what you're getting into when you have to refill it. So we'll just sit here. It does take a little while. The other thing I'll mention is that, sorry, this is hot water. It's steaming up the camera. Sorry about that. What I'll say is like, once you fill it up, you do have to wait a little while for the gravity system to take effect. So you'll fill it up, and then like it'll take a little while for the water to filter through as expected. It's almost to the top. And so you just fill it up to about there where it hits that line, and that's all you have to do. And then, sorry. and then you just throw the lid on. And then you let it sit like that. So you can either have it sit on your counter like that, or you can use the stand. We typically throw it on the stand and get it set up that way. And then let me just grab a cup. And then as you can tell, the spigot will just open and it'll have to drain out. So it does, right now it's empty. So, but either way, that's kind of the gist of it as far as the ProOne filter. If you're interested in getting it, I would just recommend going to their website and getting it directly, because they do have a warranty and a 30-day guarantee. So if you run into any issues, you can always just give it back to them. I probably wouldn't go through any third-party vendors for this, just because you don't necessarily know when they bought it, and backing it up as far as the warranty and kind of guarantee, it might not be as, like, it might not be backed up if you go through like Amazon. So I would just go through the ProOne website. If you have any questions about it or anything, please just comment below. I'm sure I didn't go over everything comprehensive, but this is a good filter system if you're looking for like this gravity filter system. It is, you can travel with it, so if you're looking to move around or something or bring it with you, you can do that relatively easily from the standpoint of, like, it does have to stand on a table and things, but all you have to do is essentially fill it up. So I think it's a good emergency filter if you ran out of power or something like that, or didn't get easy access to water. But it does serve the purpose as far as removing bacteria and contaminants of the water that you typically would want to avoid. So please post any comments below and I'll try to answer them if you have them, and I'll put a link to their website as well if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.